Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Mark Levy, and welcome to MarkTalk. We're making friends today. We'll talk about that in a moment. First off, if you like what you're seeing, please press that thumbs up, subscribe. Doing videos 3 or 4 days a week, all on this channel, easy to see. Also, if you are on Twitch, we are now also on Twitch. Twitch.tv/MarkLevy85. And I thank you guys for all the support and awesomeness. There's been some fun changes happening in this channel, but nothing like too severe. Got a lot of really fun things happening. And of course, if you want to support the channel, doesn't hurt to do so. Venmo at Mark-Levy, Cash App, Cash MarkLevy85. Just put it out there. I'll put it out there, whatever. So this is our second installment in the Making Friends series. I've got backstage with me Jen Hurst, who's someone that I know but don't know as well as I want to. So like whenever I talk to Jen, it seems to be like in a Zoom call with like 10 or more people. And I've always enjoyed her from when I first saw her in the Hunger Games sequester game, and she's just an awesome person. I'm very excited to get to know her better. Let me bring her out here. Jen.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I mean, it's been like, as I said, when it came on, it's been a little bit of a lazy day, which is a good thing. I know today's a holiday for you. Right?
Yeah, we have Boxing Day off in Canada, which is the 26th, and now we get the Monday off in lieu of Boxing Day.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a genuine question that I've always wondered because I'm a uncultured piece of human trash. Which now I figured out what I was asking, going to ask beforehand. What is Boxing Day?
Well, I actually don't really know what it comes from. When I was a kid, I thought like people got together and boxed, and that was where it came
always
from.
Thought that too. Yeah.
But I think it's like to do with just like you get rid of all your boxes.
Really?
I think it's something stupid like that, or it's like a day that they wanted people to go shopping, so they just called it Boxing Day. I don't know. It would be a lot cooler if everyone boxed on Boxing Day, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean that'd be so cool if that was the thing. Like, it's like I remember, like, like I always had I had no idea what Boxing Day was. Like, I know it's a day people celebrate, but it's not like an Arbor Day where it's easy to figure out. Like Arbor Day, it's for trees, Boxing Day, it's like. That could be anything, and I mean, I've always wanted to know that. But yeah, I'm really happy to have you on here because I feel like this is our first time having like a one-on-one conversation ever. Yeah. So yeah, for those that don't know, the format of this is we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
If you have a question for us, you can put it in the comments or anything like that. It just seems like popped up. My friend Maria just actually said. Her Canadian friends had that's the same question because like what?
Did she have an answer? Did your Canadian friend have an answer? I don't know.
It is really funny that my two guests that have done this, you and Matt, are both Canadians.
Oh, really?
From different because he's in Toronto.
Yeah,
and you're in BC. So
yes,
so what's it like growing up in BC?
I'm actually born and raised in Alberta. So I'm from Calgary initially. It's very much like an oil town. That's where all the oil companies are. And they're known for having a really giant stampede every year. I didn't really like Calgary. It was too cold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rodeo, chucks, and everything. I didn't really like Calgary because it was really cold. So as soon as I was 18, I moved to Kelowna. I actually hadn't been here before. I just did a Google search and saw it had the best weather.
So you were looking for a place in Canada with good weather. So you wanted to keep the health insurance and everything, but just good weather. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, cool. I want to talk about something that I learned about you last night. So, like, for those that don't know, we played the Summit. I've talked about the Summit on the show before. The Summit's incredible to play. Yeah. It's the most stressful, like, 5 hours ever. Our game in 6 hours since there were, like, 20 million ties. But we both share a movie that we both really, really adore.
The Departed.
I love The Departed.
Yeah, it's just everything about it is so good. And the more you rewatch it, the more little things you pick up. Like whenever someone's going to die, there's an X behind them.
Yeah, I remember when I read about that, like, I remember, like, because it's either like a weird, like, it's like all like creative X's too. Yeah, like I remember one that was like just straight like tape, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, one was like an elevator background where it looked like it was part of the design.
Yeah. Oh god, then that's also like the most shocking death of the whole movie too.
Yeah, literally.
Did you ever see the original Infernal Affairs?
I have not. No.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. Yeah, I just haven't seen it.
It's good. It's very similar. It's like 40 minutes longer, and in I think Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I can look that up because I don't want to give the wrong information.
That seems really long because The Departed itself is already 2.5 hours. Like 40 minutes longer. Like that's like the Return of the King.
Sorry, 40 minutes shorter. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I just want to verify that also, but it is Hong Kong. Yeah, the movie is 100 minutes long. So, yeah.
I will have to look into it.
It's good, and they made a sequel. Like it's very similar, but that's how that is. I love these so much. Like this is like the funniest thing ever because you are someone that I like. Yeah. I remember you were someone I heard of a lot before I met you.
Oh, really?
Well, because of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
So like since I was a mentor in that, and you were a player and you did really well, and our people were at least casually aligned because your mentor was
O'Rear.
O'Rear, that's what, yeah. It was not because we had a giant alliance that formed like 24 hours before the game.
Yeah.
So,
and then I was like, "Oh, you guys, you know what? I'm just gonna line with Jacob Gibson halfway through the game."
I mean, it happens, Like you're the reason he won. No.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I love Jacob though, so I'm happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. So. This is such a dumb question. I hate this question so much, but I'm gonna ask it. So what do you do for a living? Like, I'm curious, like that kind of stuff too.
I'm an accounting technician, so I'm an entry-level accountant. Yeah, it's basically like accounts payable, accounts receivable. I deal with offices because we're a regional office, so I deal with all their billing every month.
Like, how'd you get into that world? Like, you just found it on like a job board, or was there an interest?
Yeah. Pretty much. I saw it. I was looking for a new job because I was working as an operations coordinator beforehand and I didn't like the hours. This was for an airline. It was like you had to switch to like morning shifts one week and then you do afternoon the next week. Then you do nights the next week and then back to mornings. And I couldn't handle it. So I wanted to go into regular hours.
Yeah.
And I kind of like accounting's like it's a one that you always need. So once you're in, it's a good job path to stay in. So
yeah,
I got in there.
It's got a lot of longevity in it,
Yeah.
And I imagine for the airline that was like a 24-hour like cycle too, right? Like
10-hour shifts.
Woof. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost a few months ago I started looking for a job again. I almost started working at a hotel, like 2 blocks from my apartment, not far.
Yeah.
But like I live above a grocery store. So it would be an overnight shift too. So it would have been like, no matter what, I would have been hearing, like, I'm the type of sleeper that, if I'm in deep sleep, I'm good. But if I'm like in something close to not deep sleep, then I will wake up at anything. So with them getting trucks at like 6 a.m, I hear everything if I'm up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if I'm working from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. every day, I'm going to need like a new wall or something because like my window doesn't fully close because I live in an old apartment in Brooklyn.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the windows never fully closed. I actually bought insulation a few days ago, and I still have to do it. But well, I just like went on a weird rant about like how sleep cycles and living above a grocery store.
Well, it's actually true. I feel like when you do switch shifts, your body gets really confused about like when you should sleep, when you should not sleep, when you need to be hungry, and you just get so out of whack.
Yeah. Well,
but if you're constant night shifts, you do get used to it.
Yeah, I know that Jen Rudolph does night shifts at a hotel, and she just like sleeps during the day for days. Yeah. But I know that like at when my job was a thing at the Alma Draft House, the movie theater, like one of my managers would during like this time of year, they would like come in at like 6 p.m. and not leave till 6 a.m. And then the morning shift would come in at like 4 a.m. for the first movies because it would be that popular that like 6 in the morning is the first showing, and then like the last showing ends like 3 in the morning. So crossover cleans and all that stuff. It was insanity. And I would complain about being like, oh man, I have to be up at 7 in the morning to be at work.
7 a.m. is early though.
I hate the mornings. I am not a morning person at all.
Me too. I just like getting lots of sleep.
I love sleep. Like when I went out to the I went to California last year, and my sleep schedule was so out of whack for the first 4 days because of that. Like, because I'm so used to like I would be like very, very tired at like 11 p.m. and then like wake up at like 6 in the morning ready to go. And like, what the hell is happening? I need more sleep.
But at least you could get a lot of that day if you got up at 6 a.m.
I would, yeah. And then my body, like, while on the trip, it would get more and more. Like, I'd be able to be up later, and I'd be able to sleep in the actual times. And but it was fun. Let me think. Okay, so what? God, I hate how awkward I'm feeling like asking questions. Like, so what do you do? What are your hobbies? Because like, yeah, I know you have a huge book collection behind you always.
I do, yeah. Aside from reading, I am a big soccer player, so I play like 4 days a week when it's not COVID time. Yeah.
What position?
Defense.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a really important position.
Yeah, I like doing all the free kicks, and if you're defense, you get to do them all. Yeah.
So you're a big soccer player. Awesome.
Yeah. I like hiking a lot too.
I've never really gone hiking, but I've always wanted to.
You're missing out. It's great. When you need to be in a place, I think, that actually is good hiking trails though. Like there's a lot of mountains around me, so there's good ones in those. Yeah,
I know my roommate sometimes takes the train upstate a little bit because there's some pretty good like hiking trails just like past Yonkers, like an hour outside the city.
Yeah. You should go with him. Go check it out.
I should, yeah. Like I know there's a lot of like really cool breweries also like in Beacon, which is also in that area too. And I mean, I fucking love a good brewery. Oh my God.
Oh, me too. It's one of my favorite things is going with friends and going to like a winery. We go wine tasting for afternoons, or we go to breweries and we play board games at the breweries. It's always a good time.
Yeah, I love how breweries like have games to play like half the time. Like always like a weird board game or the Cards Against Humanity or something like that. And it's just like it makes like I feel like all breweries want to make you feel like you're at home there.
Yeah. And they have trivia games all the time too. Like I usually see like a pack of Trivia Pursuit cards on a lot of the tables.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's not a thing in the ones by me, but I imagine that there are definitely those in like the hundreds of bars in New York.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's got to be a bar for everything in New York. Like there's probably a Dungeons and Dragons bar or something.
There was actually a nerd bar that I would go to very often. It was called the Way Station. It just closed, unfortunately, because of the whole pandemic. But like their bathroom was a TARDIS.
Oh, yeah, Doctor Who,
yeah. So it was a little bit. It was bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. That was, part of the joke there. But it was still one person bathroom. But yeah.
We only have like one nerdy bar in Kelowna, and it's really more of a Viking themed bar.
A Viking themed bar?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, is it like all like woody and rustic and like mead?
Yeah. It's really cool, and all the drinks are like have like a Viking themed name, same as the food.
Are the cups like horns or? No,
they're missing out with that. No, I've never got that.
How could they should like a horn, right? Like did you get a horn? Yeah.
Or they should be like a one of those old tavern where they kind of look like wood, then they just have the handle.
Yes. Oh, that'd be so cool. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. I love that. Like I've never had mead before, and I know like that's not a hard thing to get your hands on, but
it's
like
really good.
I hear it's really sweet.
Yeah, but it's good if instead of like a hot chocolate or a tea on a cold winter night to have a glass of mead.
Okay, I guess I have to get my hands on some mead then, because like actually today is not that bad here. Today's 51 degrees right now. So
yeah, that's nothing.
Does it get cold in Kelowna though? Like it's gotta get cold in Kelowna though.
It's below freezing right now.
Right, because we're in Canada. Like it's the winter. It is the winter.
Yeah, I mean it's still like warm for Canada standards. We don't have that much snow either.
We had snow because we had a snowstorm last week, but like it all disappeared like right around Christmas.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys got that much snow in New York just because you got the ocean current. So I figured if you got any, it would just go immediately almost.
Well, like when I first moved here, like in 2010 or so, there was like 3 big snowstorms in a row. And I remember the snow would be like as tall as me, and I'm like 6'1". So like
what?
Yeah, like there would be like banks of snow that were like as tall as me, like all over my old neighborhood.
Is that after like the snow crews came and cleared it into that 6'1" pile?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, like,
okay, that makes more sense.
But the snow is still like 2 feet deep, though. Like before then, like it's real snow. It's not. I mean, it's not Canada snow.
Yeah, my hometown got like I want to say like close to like 2.5, 3 feet in one day, which I've never seen before. And my mom tried to open up the door to let the dog out, and then the dog just like couldn't go because she's too small. She's like 8 pounds.
Oh no!
She got stuck in the snow. Yeah. And apparently, when you'd walk, you would just sink down. It was like, and then get stuck too.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh. Like I remember, so like I'm from Miami, so like I'm not really used to like snow is not like by my So like my whole family is from Brooklyn, but like I'm from Miami, so like I never saw snow until I was like 20. I never saw snowfall until I was 23.
Wow, I wish I could say that.
But like I remember like my first winter in New York, it's snowing outside, and like I was coming out of work. And next thing I know, like I got really excited because it was like I never saw snowfall, and it was the thick, wet snow. Like knocked out my glasses and everything because I was so excited and just like knocked out the glass. Like, oh no!
Were you trying to catch it on your tongue so you could
of course
do like that Instagram out? Yeah.
I mean, like I'm a giant child still, and like. Me at 23, of course, that's the thing. That would totally be the thing. We'd be like, yeah, please, give me all that snow mouth.
Like we still make snow angels quite regularly. You're missing out. It's a lot of fun, but your whole pants and everything get really wet after.
I mean, that makes total sense. Next time was a snowstorm. It's funny because like Prospect Park was like it was like an amazing park in my neighborhood. Like got like a foot, like when we had that foot of snow last week. I walked through there after they cleared the paths, and like it looked like there's this giant, amazing field.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like covered in snow, so it looked like basically a snow lake.
Ooh,
and
that's cool.
I could just like taking a walk on it, but I didn't. Is Kelowna a big town or a small town?
I think we have like 120,000 people.
Okay, so it's like not that small, but not big.
Yeah. It feels small for me because Calgary was over 1 million, so now it feels
Calgary's
pretty small. Yeah.
Calgary's really big. That's like one of the bigger cities in Canada. Yeah,
it is. And it's kind of funny because when I lived there, I would like never understand people's aversion to driving in Kelowna because it would just be so common to drive like an hour and a half because it's a big city to go visit your friends.
Yeah.
And then now that I've lived in Kelowna for so long, I'm like, oh my God, they live 20 minutes away. That's such a long drive. I don't know if I want to leave my house. Especially since I'm close to downtown. Like, I'm like, guys, let's just go there because it's only 10 minutes away.
Everyone lives 10 minutes away from downtown in a small town, right?
Yeah, literally.
Like, oh, man. You're making me miss like college years when I lived in small towns.
It's nice in some ways, but in others, you're like, can we get some more shopping, some more like restaurants or something?
What's like the big thing to do in Kelowna on a Friday night? Not COVID times, but like.
Me and my soccer friends usually have a game either Friday or Saturday night. So we play a game and then we'd all go together and go hit up one of the pubs. They have live music. We play pool together.
I really want to see you play soccer now. Like I'm like, because I fucking love soccer. Like, I love soccer, but like I don't get a chance to watch it as much because like it's always on like night. My roommate's actually a big soccer watcher.
Yeah.
Like he always wakes up early on watching on Saturday mornings. But like I like sleep, so I just watch it when I wake up. But did you watch Ted Lasso?
The Witch? No, I don't watch a ton on TV unless I go to a bar to watch it. I find it really slow.
Wait, soccer? No.
Yeah.
So this TV show Ted Lasso, it's about Jason Sudeikis. He plays a guy named Ted Lasso who's from like Kansas, who is a football coach, and he gets hired for the Premier League team to be their coach, and it's
cool.
And it's like kind of fish out of water, very very sweet, very respectful, very funny. I loved it. Like I binged it like in like 10 hours, the whole series with pauses. Like I just really like the show a lot.
I think I'm gonna have to watch this. That sounds really good.
It's on Apple TV Plus. Like if you like soccer, I think you would love it. Like if you like Jason Sudeikis' humor and like that fish out water, like Americans are bad and like British people are interesting. I
do like British humor, so I like their comedies. Yeah.
What's your favorite like British comedies?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
I've read all the books too.
I read the first 3 of them like in like high school and like beginning of college. But so funny.
Oh, it's like you just can't get more ridiculous, but yet it works.
I mean, I love even like the Disney remake of like the movie is pretty decent. Like how they handle like so long things for all the fish and all that stuff is really fun. And
it was.
Yeah. And like the BBC did the miniseries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so funny.
I think that was the best adaptation because it was the closest to the book. Although technically the book's an adaptation of a radio series too. So what am I saying?
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that. Yes.
Yeah.
I should reread that series. I really enjoyed it.
They're really short. You could probably read them in like the one in an afternoon.
Right, because they're all like 200 pages a piece or so, right?
Yeah. They're basically novellas.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely on my list now. Like honestly, that really like I'm not just saying that but like because like I've been reading the Obama book recently. So like I try to like when I do something like that, I also try to read something light at the same time. Even though that book's not light, but it's serious in tone.
It is definitely.
Yeah. I also have been. Yeah. My brain just went off the rails there. I'm a really, really big Monty Python nerd, which you probably could have gathered just by who I am.
Oh my God, I love Monty Python.
Oh yeah, so great. Who's your favorite member?
Ooh, I don't know if I have a favorite member. Maybe Nathan Palin. I always thought he was the cutest. We'll go with him.
Oh, Michael Palin, yeah.
Michael Palin, yeah.
He's great. My personal favorite would have to be Eric Idle.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah. I made a trip to New York when Spamalot was opening to see. I bought a ticket to see like the second show. So I was in New York for opening night, and I saw the 5 living members of the Python all there, and the ashes of Graham.
Yeah,
and I met Eric Idle the next day, and I was like really, really excited about that.
They're all really good in their own right, I think.
Yeah. My friend Maria agrees on Michael Palin, did you ever see a fish called Wanda?
No, I've honestly only seen like their Monty Python movies, and then I saw a little bit of Faulty Towers.
Okay, so you have to see A Fish Called Wanda. It's a really funny comedy heist caper. I believe made by John Cleese. But like it's also like Kevin Kline's like most famous movie. Jamie Lee Curtis is like one of the stars in it. Michael Palin's really funny in it. I don't want to ruin much of the movie for you, but like if you like dark, funny, weird comedy.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, another thing that I love when it comes to like British comedy, like because I'm a really big sucker for Simon Pegg. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I watched Spaced like 3 times all the way through.
I've heard good things. I haven't watched it though. I've also heard good things about Clerks.
The movie.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What's the other one? There's one other sitcom that's not The Office. Is it like?
I thought it was about Clerks, the Kevin Smith movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, you were okay. Not The Office, but like kind of like that.
Yeah, there's one other big British sitcom that a lot of people talk about.
Oh, Extras.
It might be that one. Or is it the IT Gang? Maybe.
Yeah. Which I have watched a little bit of that myself too. And Richard Iota is in Soul, which made me very happy.
Oh, yeah. Everyone keeps talking about Soul, so I feel like I really need to go watch it right away here.
It's good. It's like, I mean, if you have Disney Plus, it's right there.
I don't. I don't even pay for Netflix. I just use my parents' Netflix. So
okay, well, you can get like a Disney Plus like free trial or whatever. I don't know.
I should just do that, yeah. Or start texting my friends to see which of them bought it so I can use theirs.
I mean, I'm sure if you text Jacob Sparks, he'll give it to you.
I could do that.
I don't know if he has it. I actually don't pay for my Disney Plus. My girlfriend pays for it, but yeah, she was just like, "Here's the password." I'm like, great, and then watch Mandalorian immediately.
That's the way to do it.
I mean, Mandalorian is. I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan or not, but
I mean, I've seen the movies, but I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan.
All right, well, you know.
Yeah, I do think they're well done, though.
That's good. I mean, if you get a chance, watch Mandalorian. I'm not going to say you're going to love it. I'm not going to hate it. Just saying, yeah. Let me think. Is there anything you want to ask me or anything? Like, because I don't know.
So you're an actor, right? Do you do Broadway or what kind of?
I'm an actor. I want to be on Broadway. I've done most of my stuff has been on stage. It's been mostly off Broadway. Mostly things I've written and had to produce myself. It's the weird quirks of being a young character actor.
Okay.
So like, I've always seen myself as like a Seth Rogen type.
I could see it.
Yeah, thank you. And it's that thing of if I get casted things, it's not normally things I really love normally. So I have to like write my own stuff until I'm like old enough to play the things I want to play. But I have auditioned for a lot of things and have had some luck regionally and have auditioned for some Broadway plays, but I'm not equity or anything. I'm just an actor who has a survival job in theory.
Yeah.
I haven't had a job for 9 months.
Are you kind of in between age groups now too? So you kind of have to age into a different.
It's weird because now I actually look my age because like I'm 35 and I think people now are like, oh yeah, you look 35. So
yeah,
it's weird because like before I looked like in my mid 30s, even when I was in my 20s, mainly because the beard and the hair doing what hair does. But yeah, like now I'm like finally at the age range where I look my age, so that's nice. But yeah, I mean like recent, like my most recent thing was like this year I had some success with a play that I wrote called Blockbuster Guy. Because I'm a big movie nerd and I used to work at Blockbuster back in college, back when it was like really popular still. And the show sold out. It won an audience award at like a fringe festival. And I was about to tour. I was supposed to actually go to Canada to perform it on the opposite side of Canada though.
Of course.
In Halifax.
There.
So Halifax Fringe Festival has been open for like 30 years. It's one of like the oldest ones, and I applied and I got in. I'll be going there next year anyways for it. Because they said that when they canceled, like, hey, if you want to be in next year, you can. I'm like, yes, please. So
that'll be cool. I've heard Halifax is really pretty. I haven't been to the Maritimes, so
I imagine it's really fucking cold and wet.
Not all year.
The festival will be in like September.
I think September is pretty, like you get good falls, or I mean, apparently some of the Maritimes do.
I mean, my brain thinks of it kind of like like kind of like cliche Maine, you know, like where it's like wet and like lobsters.
Oh,
Like, but I don't know.
Okay, I could see that.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, like, I got 3 visions of Canada basically.
Yeah.
It's like hello French Canada, like Montreal.
Yeah.
It's the only place in Canada I've actually been to. Like desolate Canada, like where it's just like open like farmland.
What?
I'm such a horrible, ugly American right now. I'm like, Canada's like all like pushing farmland and like pretty.
Like, you know that we have mountains and stuff too. We have ocean. We have lakes.
I know. I sound terrible right now. I know.
You're like describing Saskatchewan, and that's it right now with your farmland.
So next time I talk to Jocelyn, I'll be like, so how's the farmland? And she'll be like, Mark, what are you talking about?
Isn't she from like Toronto or something?
No, never mind. She's not Saskatchewan. She's in Manitoba. Never mind. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. She's probably from Winnipeg, so she probably doesn't really see the farmland either.
Well, because I remember I drove up to Montreal from Vermont, and like it was like absurd amount of farmland until I hit Montreal. But
yeah, that sounds about right for Quebec.
But is that the way it is like in every city? Like every major city, like surrounded by like major city, suburbs, and then like nothing.
Yeah, I would say that's the same thing for American cities too. Like you could describe like Phoenix like that too. Yeah.
You can describe New York like that. Well, not really, but
I haven't been to New York, so.
But imagine like you'd have to get to like basically like central Jersey to get to that point of like nothing.
But I think that's also because New York is just such a massive city and you have so many bedroom communities around it.
You should come out here and visit though. Like if you ever interested. We have a good soccer team.
That's a plus. That's always a plus.
Yeah.
You guys have great restaurants and bars, and you guys have massive museums, and I am a huge fan of any and all museums.
So, like, what's your favorite kind of museum then? Like, there's like so many different kinds of museums. So, like art, history.
Oh, not art, anything but that. My favorite museum, I don't like art, is the Royal Tyrrell Museum outside of Calgary, and it's a dinosaur museum.
That's cool.
That one's my favorite. I like history too.
I love a good history museum. Like I love all museums. So the only kind of museum that I didn't love so much was the Smithsonian. Because some of them, I don't know, they felt a little young for me.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually true. If you ever get to New York Museum of Moving Image.
Is that off Movies?
Yeah, so it's right next to the Astoria Kaufman movie theater. Not movie theater too, but also the studios where they shot like Sesame Street and a lot of other really great things. I don't know what's with my camera right now, but I got blurry. And I can't really fix it right now because my camera's been giving me issues because it's blurry recently. We'll take care of that. I won't take care. Whatever. You still see me. Let me see like that. There we go. Better. But so the Museum of the Moving Image, it's got this amazing Jim Henson exhibit that's like printing out like Muppets and stuff like that. Which it's really cool. And like they have like his actual headband that he used like to with the microphone for when he operated Kermit. And like
cool.
They have a lot of like cool like movie history things. And like a lot of miniatures, and just a really cool museum. There's a lot of like insane museums in New York, so
yeah, it's such an old city. You got so many cool old buildings and so much history compared to a lot of places on the West Coast.
Well, it's also like because the East Coast has been settled for a lot longer.
Like, I guess like Western culture settlements, for probably like 300, 400 years longer. Yeah,
because I think the West Coast became settled around like the 1850s or so.
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah.
My
There's
brain's
a lot
like
of cool in indigenous ruins, though not necessarily around like where I am, but there is some cool old areas that they used to live.
Oh, I imagine so, because it was Mohawk by you guys, or was that more central?
That's way farther south and central. Yeah, we have I don't know how to pronounce their a true indigenous name, but we just call them the West Bank First Nation. They've been around our area the longest, so they're very involved with the politics, and they have a winery, and they're very interesting. They do a lot of stuff with events with the university too.
I love that. I love that so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like my big experience with Native American cultures is like, because I'm from Florida, like I would go to like the Everglades and would see like there'd be like Seminole, like Hard Rock Casino and stuff like that, and Mickey Indians, and but it's all really. I feel like they got very big into gambling culture in South Florida.
I feel like a lot of people did in South Florida.
South Florida is a very weird place. I'm very happy I got out alive. Is there anything else you want to like talk about or ask about or anything before we wrap up?
Is there anything else you want to ask me about? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, because you're like I said, you're someone that like, I kind of knew and was always like, yeah, you're fucking cool. Like, and I'm really happy. Like that. Like, I know this was like a weird, like, oh, let's talk about weather. Let's talk about Canada. Yeah. But like, I mean, I'm good. Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah. I'm good too. That's good.
But like honestly, it was so great playing a game with you last night. Actually playing the game with you, even though you like called me like basically made me feel like a villain in your final speech.
Not this.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, literally, the person like as I told you, I was campaigning for Dan to win at like Final Four. Like in the jury, I'm like Dan, and then like Dan's like, I have to get Mark, so I'm like, cool. Noted. And
it seemed like I had Renzo though. Renzo seemed like he was talking me up. I hope. I got his vote. Yeah.
Yeah, like trust me, you did very good, and it was really good to see you play a more strategic game than you normally do. And because I know that you're so good socially. Thank you. Socially. But like it was really cool seeing the agency that you've developed in that game. Like, I loved it. I loved that so much.
You. Aw. Yeah, it was kind of different. Yeah, because usually I do only really play the social game, usually.
But, like, you adapted, which is the most important thing when it comes to a game like that. Like, you got attached to the biggest target in the world.
So it's all good. It happens.
It's all fine. But I'm gonna put up your banner right now. People can follow you at Jen __ Hurst, which I realized was double underscore until today, on Twitter and Instagram. So tomorrow we have coming up Mark Reed Meets World returns for season 2. Boy Meets World. Our guest is Andrew Favaloro. We had a really fun time talking about that. Wednesday, we just mentioned them, but we're gonna bring them up again. I think it's gonna be 8 p.m. We have a double twist special, unless Renzo told me a different thing he wants me to call that. Because I did tweet him like an hour ago and he never responded, but that's the way that is. But Renzo Santos and the crew of Double Twist wants to talk life and Double Twist, and it'll be fun. On Friday, we've got MarkTalk Brant Steele, and always happy to have that happening. Tweet at me at MarkLevy85. Jen, thank you so much for doing this.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I had a great time.
Yeah. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. And I can't see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.